Sipping instead of slipping.
Slipping and no, I'm always slipping and sipping.
Sipping and slipping.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Hey, everybody, welcome back to At Titi's House podcast. Your host, Delcey. As y'all know, y'all can follow us on all platforms: YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and don't tell me, Apple Podcasts. Mm-hmm. Yes. I really don't have anything planned for today, which is so funny because I don't know, like y'all, I've been really busy.
Mm-hmm. Holiday
Christmas
season, yep.
Yeah, the holiday season has got me wrapped up in a lot of stuff. And it just seems like stuff with work, too. You know what I'm saying? It's the end of the year.
Yeah, fourth quarter numbers. They try and get all that stuff together.
Actually, we don't. Our fourth quarter ain't till July. We go from July to July.
Okay.
But it's open enrollment. It's year end for some clients. And it has been a lot of work.
Yeah.
I ain't mentally, some days I just want to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even been able to really focus on working out or anything because...
Really?
Yeah, I'm just be tired.
Oh, so since your surgery, you ain't even really been back to
I worked out a couple days last week. I did like 3 or 4 days, but that's not... Usually I do like 5 to 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hard with the holidays too. Like people, this is the time where people... I've heard a lot of people saying, I'm trying to still eat healthy, but it's the holiday season. So I'm just like, hey... Just enjoy the holidays.
Yeah.
Wait till the 1st of January and be like, you can still work out in between, but just if you want to splurge and eat something that's not too good for you that you would normally not eat, go ahead and eat it.
Yeah, I just did that.
You did? What did you eat?
The beans you just made.
Oh, yeah, them Cajun rice and beans. Some Cajun rice and beans was hidden. But it's like you should be able to, enjoy life. I don't know, y'all. I had a scare. So for me, I'm just going to enjoy my life.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm never going to tell myself no. If I want to eat it, I'm going to eat it. If I want to buy it, I'm going to buy it. Like at the end of the day, you only got one life to live and you got to be happy.
Yeah. I have a friend. She's young too. She's younger than me. She's probably like 2 years younger than me. And she had an aneurysm last year. And she just been preaching, live life.
Wow. How did she come out of the aneurysm? Because sometimes
I don't know. She just been saying how much she appreciate life now after that because she's like, yo, I could not be here.
So she's talking well.
Yeah, she's back
okay, that's
normal.
good. Back to normal. That's good because sometimes the aneurysm can impair your speech
and all that, like
your thought processes. Right. So she's very, very lucky. So I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
I said the same thing. When you have a scare, some type of medical scare, or something's going on with you and your body, and you just don't know what it is, it's scary.
Yeah.
And we do take life and people for granted sometimes. We need to be more, treat our people. They say give them their flowers while they're here. Give people their flowers while they're here. I'm serious. Tell them you love them every day. Tell them, you hug them. Tell them you love them. Call and check up on them. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that because you just don't never know.
Never know.
Here today, gone tomorrow. That type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. So, I just feel like I haven't gotten back completely 100% back to who I am.
Yeah.
I'm working my way gradually to that. But, I do want to talk about something. A friend of mine came to me, called me earlier this week, Dwayne. My friend Dwayne.
Oh, yeah.
And Dwayne talked about why women can never apologize. And I was like, he says, you're always talking about the stuff men do. I said, no, that's not true. I talk about men and women. I am not just talking about men. I'm talking about men and women and my perspective. So he was like, okay, I get that. He was like, but I want to know why it's so hard for women to apologize. Do you feel like that's true?
Definitely. I just think humans as a whole, we all always want to be right. But women will argue it a little more for their way to to be the proper way. That's why if it ain't really worth the argument, I'm not arguing. You can have it. I'm gonna be the bigger person.
Wow. So do you find yourself like when you're in a relationship? Do you find yourself always being the one to give in and say like you're wrong? I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm only saying sorry if I really mean it.
And that's the only way you should.
But most of the time, I don't really get many arguments. But if I'm wrong, I'm gonna say I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I'm not saying I'm wrong.
I'm gonna tell you. I apologize.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm apologetic for it. It might take me a while to realize that I'm wrong in this situation, but I will definitely, if I feel like I've done something, I'm definitely going to be the one to apologize and say, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I overreacted, because I can't overreact. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It says women often have a different understanding. This is why women don't apologize, y'all. This is on 85.app. It's a question and answer. It says, why do women often not apologize? Mm-hmm. Women often have a different understanding of what warrants an apology and believe that a change in behavior is necessary for a genuine apology. So unless you change, I'm not going to apologize to you. You know what I'm saying? So if you I guess if you're complaining about a behavior and you're expecting that person to change and they never do, why apologize for it? They never changed.
Sound like an ultimatum.
Well, we already know what we said about ultimatums.
About that last week.
That is so crazy. There's like so many things. I think that we apologize also as women. We apologize through Kason, take este pa fuera. My dog. Take him. I'm sorry. In the middle of the daggone tape, and we're gonna have to cut this part.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's go back to I think that women also use sex as a way of apologizing.
Yeah.
As well. So that's why we don't have to apologize. Because we're going to give you sex instead of saying, I'm sorry.
That is not equal. I want the sorry instead of the sex.
You prefer the I apologize?
Yeah, you can have the sex.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah,
I wonder, that we're going to poll that.
Yeah, we should.
Let's poll that. Let's write that down.
Yeah, all right.
Apologize. Would you rather have an apology or make up sex as the apology from a woman?
Okay, I'm about to make the poll right now.
Yeah, put that on there because I think I want to see what people say. And I think a lot of times, too, it's hard for us to apologize. For me, I'm just going to give you my perspective. When I was in a relationship with somebody who was a little bit more aggressive than me, I felt like in the heat of the conversation, if you can't talk to me calmly and address what we're having the discussion about in a calm manner, it takes me to a different zone. I'm not going to have the conversation and I am not going to apologize because you don't talk to me respectfully.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's like you don't even deserve this.
You don't deserve an apology from me because you don't even speak to me respectfully.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Because I think a lot of times, a lot of women, when you talk, because men clearly have, deeper bass voices than we do. And, that creates a problem because a woman for me, I just zone out completely. Yeah. I'm like, I leave the conversation and just, you go ahead and talk. I'm just going to sit here and listen.
Yeah.
And it pisses people off. When you have aggressive people, it pisses them off that you don't say nothing and you're just sitting there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say something.
It's like, I ain't got
you had a whole bunch to say before.
Yeah.
Now I done zoned out of the whole conversation and I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
So I think that's why there's reasons as to why women do not apologize, Dwayne. You know what I'm saying?
Said Dwayne specifically?
Specifically Dwayne, because he was like, women never apologize. Women just don't apologize. Never. They just don't know how to apologize. And I think it's just that we have to be, we have to understand, if the conversation goes another way, of course, we're less likely to apologize because it's very important for a woman to feel a calm energy. Even though you're having this dispute with somebody, I always try to come off with the positivity first and then the negativity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Just so
let me just say the positive things and then come out with it. Like, you did this well, you did that well, but I don't like how you did this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's important. Make sure that if you come with the negative, always come with the positive. What do you think about that?
No, that sounds right. Because you want them to know, hey, I see you doing this stuff good or working on these things, but you still need to work on.
Yeah, you still need
This
to work.
other
You
shit we
always got to
talking
do the positive with the negative. With the negative over here, you can't just, always give the negative because that person's always going to feel like they have to be combative.
Yeah, they're not doing
or defend
nothing right.
themselves.
Yeah, it's like
You know
I
what
ain't
I'm
doing
saying?
nothing right.
Yeah, it's like you got to keep defending yourself, and that's not cool. Nobody wants to feel on the defense all the time. I felt like in my relationship, it was like that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On the defensive. So we got to understand we can't do that. Men have to understand too that they need to, when you're in a conversation with them, smile a little bit, be warm, make them feel safe in a safe place.
Safe, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's funny. I'm gonna put my girlfriend out there. I'm not gonna say no names, but I'm gonna put my girlfriend out there. She's been seeing this guy for I'm gonna say probably over a year, and I told her like he's not all the way there in his head.
Oh.
I feel like his elevator doesn't go to the top floor.
That's funny.
So with him, I told her, like, if you're going to end things with him, please be in a safe place. Like, go to a
So he don't try to do
public
nothing
place
crazy.
so he don't act crazy. So, like I was saying, men have to provide a safe space for a woman to feel able to openly communicate and say what's really on her mind. I feel like if they get emotional, if the woman's emotional, because women are emotional, if the woman's emotional and the man becomes emotional, that is not a good conversation.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was just watching on Instagram Croy Beardman and Kim Zolciak. They used to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay.
He was an ex-football player. I forgot who he played for. And he married her. She was one of the girls on the Housewives of Atlanta. Cops got called out to their house, and both of them are very emotional. He's very emotional, and she is too.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have two people. First of all, if one of you don't know emotional intelligence, that conversation is not going to work. It's going to be nothing but back and forth. You're going to basically degrade that person and say things to them that, I'm going to tell you, when you're in a heated conversation with somebody, you can't take shit back. Right? You say something, and it's out there in the air, in their head, you can't take that back.
And you meant it.
And you meant it.
And you meant it. It came from somewhere.
I would think that people said that when you're drinking, that's when the truth comes out. So you feel like in the heat of an argument.
When you're drinking and when you're mad.
When you're mad. So
Yeah.
you think that when you're mad in the heat of the conversation, you're saying exactly how you feel.
Exactly how you feel.
Wow. I'd never thought about it that way. I always thought drunk people say what they feel. So yeah, you can't have two people emotionally wrapped up, being defensive, and having this difficult conversation. The likelihood of that being a positive is not going to work. It's not nothing that's going to come out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
I know my ex used to say, I don't listen. I don't. Because at a certain point, I done checked out of the conversation. I'm no longer listening to you.
Yeah, I don't want to hear none of that.
I don't want to hear anything you have to say. It ain't going to work, you know? I think that also that, a lot of times women want an honest opinion from a man. Like, we want honesty, but we don't really want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I always say, like, don't ask me something that you really don't want me to be honest about.
The answer to.
Yeah, 'cause I'm going to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
not a liar, so I'm going to be honest
that's
with you.
one thing I could say about my kids. They don't lie.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
remember when y'all was little, you would even take the beating.
Yeah. It's like,
Your dad said, tell the truth or you going to, you know what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying?
like,
Y'all
I'ma
would, I'm going to just tell the
no, it's
truth.
mad stuff that we done got in trouble for when we was younger that I still ain't never admit to this day. Like, I don't know. I always be thinking about the time. I don't know if you remember this. Like, I probably was a teenager, and it was like my second time ever smoking weed.
Yeah.
I smoked in the house. This is when we lived
I
at
remember
Kumar's.
that. I remember
and you're like, why
because
do it
Corey
smell
was
like
like,
weed
it
in
smelled
here?
like weed.
I'm like, it's the dryer. I'm like, I don't know, something wrong with the dryer. I ain't never tell you
It's
that.
funny
but-
because y'all don't think your parents know what weed smells.
100%. When
smell
you're a
like.
kid, you don't understand that.
You don't understand.
They
Your
done
parents been
here.
smoking way before you
Yeah.
have. That's the thing.
Yeah,
for
but
real.
yeah, I was like, I'm taking all this. This is a lot of stuff I'm taking to the grave.
Oh my God. So you did. I don't even remember you saying that, but you
Yeah.
probably did. I remember y'all being out back.
Yeah.
And I was like, Cousin Corey was like, it smell like weed. I was
Yeah.
like, for real? Where? She said, naked out. Come over here. And I went over to her room. She said, stand right here. We were so
Yeah, I was
stupid though.
smoking in the garage. Yeah.
Look, we were both standing at the window like, and she was like, you smell it? Tu lo huele. And I was like, yeah, I smell it too. And then she was like, somebody's smoking weed,
Yeah,
but
'cause
the
you came
boys
and
ain't
asked me.
here.
Yeah. You like, why it smell like weed?
I think
here?
the first time y'all wasn't there.
Yeah.
And she was like, who's smoking weed? I was like, I don't think Kason and them smoking
Yeah,
weed.
no,
It's so funny because you don't even believe that your kids are out here smoking
Exactly.
marijuana.
I'm smoking in the garage, a hot boy. What am I thinking?
What are you thinking? Your parents, did you not think we were coming home?
I knew y'all was coming home. I just thought it didn't smell like nothing.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know.
Oh my God. That is so crazy. But that's one thing I could say. Y'all never been liars.
Liar.
Like
I'm
some kids lie
Yeah.
and lie and lie and lie. That one thing you got, Zaul either.
Taking the punishment.
Yeah, you like, your dad be like, if I find out you're lying, you're going to get a beating. You better tell me the truth. And you guys would always
Take
tell
that
the truth.
beating now.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, you guys always told the truth. That's good though, because that's not, it's so funny because I could say about Sin, it was something to do with his insurance. And I was telling
Oh yeah, he ain't gonna do none of that.
No,
Actually,
he
yeah. He's like,
ain't.
I'm not
I was
doing
like,
that.
Sean, just tell him this. And he was like, no, that's a lie. And I was
Yeah.
like, so what? The insurance ain't your friend? And he was like, I'm not doing that, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that,
He don't
Mom.
lie about
And I was
nothing.
just like, oh my God, he will not lie about anything.
Yeah.
Even if it benefits him, he's not going to lie about it.
He's like, I'm not taking the short way, the easy way for nothing.
Yeah, he's always been like that. I'm proud of y'all though, because when I have to lie, I'm going to lie. And then I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to lie and say it didn't happen or that it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
So yeah, so definitely not going to do that. So what's going on? I mean, we didn't have anything really planned for today. What is
Did you see all the other stuff that came out with your man Diddy? It was
No,
like
I haven't
three
been
or
on it.
four more short. It
Are
was
you
a guy
serious?
too.
Yo, you're lying.
Yeah. In the last 2 weeks, it was a guy that came out, and then like 2 or 3 more shorties.
Really?
Yeah, because what they did was, it was a couple other states who passed a similar law where it's like, hey, tell us in the next year, and we're gonna go, take care of all this. And theirs started a year later, so they still got an extra year.
Wow.
And
So people so there's no time. What is it called?
Yeah, it's like so they're just trying to get people
To come out.
to come out for because maybe they're getting, what's that thing called? Like there's when what is that word called? The word that you were talking about, the time when it's
Yeah, when it lapses and you
yeah,
can't.
yeah,
I forget. What is it
can't think of the
called? I
word
can't
either.
think of the name of it right now. But it's it's like within the time of. Oh my God!
Dang,
I
what
can't
the-
think of it. Oh my
blank,
God!
yeah.
Yeah, I'm blank too. I can't think of it. It'll come to us.
Yeah, it's the
It'll come-
law when the law.
Yeah, the law permits you to sue them within
Up
a
until
certain amount of time.
What is the term
I
for
can't remember the term for that. Let me see if I can Google that. What
Yeah.
the heck? What is it called? My God. Y'all help us out here. We can't remember.
Somebody write it in the comments. We don't remember. Yeah.
Time to
Statute of limitations.
Yep, the statute of
exactly.
limitations. So they're giving them an extra year.
Yeah,
Just for
something like-
Diddy?
No.
Oh.
It's another state where the law, because whatever in New York, the deadline was that Friday when a bunch of them things were coming out. So it's an extra year in whatever extra states it was, wherever the law.
Wow.
Was. Yeah. I don't know the details too much. I just know they still got a little bit more
So
time.
what was the statute of limitations for him since it's been like, is it 20 years?
It was. I'm not too sure what, and then that's probably why they're only allowing them to get money, and it's not criminal cases. It's because hey, we're
So
trying
much
to
time.
get all this cancel culture or this stuff taken care of.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
Damn, Diddy, you knew that was gonna come from everywhere.
yeah, it's crazy.
Man, it hurt me to hear that Cardi B and Offset broke up.
Yeah, I seen Cardi B said that.
Yeah, so do you think it's true?
What, did they broke up? If Cardi, I believe Cardi's not a liar either.
She said she hadn't told. It's been a while. And
she
she
said she
hasn't
didn't know
told
how to
anybody.
tell people. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't know how to tell her fans that they had broke up. I'm sad to hear that though, because I feel like they was winning.
Yeah.
They
but
was getting the money.
she wasn't happy.
Like, did Offset do something again?
Yeah. Hey.
I mean, I think people change over time too. You know what I'm saying? Do
Yeah.
you think that that's possible that people change over
No,
time?
people do. What you mean, like
Aren't
who they showed you at they
yeah,
were?
like they show you, find out who they really are, and not only that, I think
Yeah.
it's that sometimes they're in the limelight, so sometimes that limelight blinds
It's
you
so
to a
bright,
lot
yeah.
of things. Yeah, and then you got kids. Kids blind you to a lot of things too. You stay in relationships longer because
Yeah.
you got kids, and they got 2 little small kids, cute kids too. I feel so bad to even hear
Yeah.
that they're not together. You know what I'm saying? I love Cardi B too. I think she's fire.
Yeah. So
Like I really like her.
Do people change? I ain't gonna say person name, but you'll know when I just mentioned it. But shorty I was with for 8 years, she told me when we broke up that she feel like she don't know nothing about me. Like she like, I don't feel like I even know anything about you.
Really?
I'm like, damn, word.
And I spent 8 years with you?
Yeah.
So what did you learn in the 8 years? Because y'all were like
know.
best friends.
Hey, maybe, but I don't complain about nothing. And maybe
You're pretty
that's
free flowing.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm
So
saying?
maybe that's if you're not used to that, or it's like, is this person faking? That's what I feel like she was really trying to say. She was like, I don't know if what you showed me was truly who you were.
Oh no,
I'm
it's
like,
truly who you
yeah,
are.
exactly.
Genuinely. Like what guy, I mean, I remember when y'all first started dating, she used to call me all the time and be like, oh, Kason washes dishes. You raised such a good son. Like, how could you say you don't know him?
Yeah. But it was
Like-
funny to me. I laughed about it. I'm like, where she don't know me? Like,
Yeah, like you should know me really in detail because like you said, she was like, oh, he pushes the grocery cart at the grocery store. Like most men don't do that. He'll hold my purse if I ask him to hold my purse. Like how do you say that? And
Yeah,
you
it was
say,
funny though,
maybe to hurt you?
Not maybe we were just talking about like people.
Yeah, because
say
some people say
just to-
things just to hurt you and be like, I was with you for 8 years, but I don't even know you.
Yeah, but maybe I changed, or maybe
And that happens too in the
Yeah.
course of relationships. People change. They don't stay the same.
Yeah,
like I
maybe.
could not. I'm gonna be very honest. I was married at 19 years old, and the person that I was at 19, even for the 20 years that I was married for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? On paper, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And through the course of that time, I am not the same person in my relationship today that I'm in today. I'm not
Yeah.
the same person I was back then.
Then even the way you handle,
And even the way I handle certain situations, like I'm not perfect, and neither is my partner, is not perfect either, but I talk things out now. Like I used to be very hot-headed.
I definitely done heard some arguments in my day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. I was very hot-headed. Like I would throw things. I was aggressive. I would
Yeah.
throw things. Like I really had to become a different person. You know what I'm saying? I knew that my marriage didn't end just because of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ended because of me too. Because I changed throughout the course of time. You change, and you really have to look at the person that you're with. And for me, this is what did it. If this person gets ill, can I take care of this person and love them unconditionally?
Yeah.
And if you can't answer that, you definitely
should be.
cannot be with that person. Because since then, I've dated somebody who was in a very horrific accident, and I did things for him that I don't know if I could do for another person.
Yeah.
But when you love somebody, you do things unconditionally. Like I was there every step of the way. I didn't leave his bedside. Like I don't know if in my marriage I had enough, and I think it's the lack of respect, because you lose respect for that person after a while. Like, yeah, you're giving them an ultimatum after ultimatum after ultimatum, and then you tend to lose respect for that person over time.
Yeah.
And as respect diminishes, you can't. There's nothing there.
Yeah, you're not getting that.
You know what I'm
respect.
saying? You're not getting that anymore. At least for me, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Once the respect is gone, it's gone.
I agree. It's like there's not nothing you can do.
And that's not even just in relationships, like loving relationships. A friend, when somebody lose your respect, you're not
That's
getting
it.
that
You're not
back, because I'm
gonna-
not ever trusting you.
Yeah,
Whatever
you can't
did
trust.
to lose it.
You said something very valid just now. With respect comes trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Trusting someone. When you lose trust in a person, even like in a new relationship, a new friendship, when the trust is broken,
Yeah.
it's not. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't babysitting nobody fucking feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that with my girlfriends or with my guy. With my guy, I am not babysitting your goddamn feelings and your emotions. Some people, I think, I have a friend of mine, I love her to the moon and fucking back, to infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
I love her. But it's times that her and I, when we get into it, we do not mesh. And I'm the type that when you mad at me, I'm not chasing behind you. And I'm going to tell you, the only people that I'm going to chase behind, if we get in a situation, Katrina, Anita, Dre, those are probably Teresa, Tiffany, and Tiffany in Baltimore. Like, those are probably the only people that if I ever said anything or done anything where it messes up with our friendship, I'm going to come to you and say, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize and own it.
Yeah.
But my other relationships, and these are my girlfriends too, and I love them dearly, but I feel like sometimes I'm babysitting your fucking feelings, and I'm not about to babysit your feelings. If you can't say to me, because see, they're going to say to me, you piss me off, I'm mad at you. And then we're going to have a conversation. This one person, I love her dearly, but when she gets upset, she just tends to stop talking and just backs away. And I'm like, I'm not babysitting your feelings. You'll come back around.
Yeah, whenever you.
And I'm going to tell you, when she comes back around, it's like we never stop talking. Because at the end of the day, I told her, you know my heart. One thing I could say about when you love somebody and you know your friends, you know the capacity of how they feel about you. Their heart towards you. You know what I'm saying? They know your heart towards them. I tell her all the time, girl, I'm not coming to nobody's house to help them hang curtains.
Yeah.
I'm not babysitting you when we going out to go eat and you want to drink and I'm coming to pick you up. You live far. Like these are the things I do for you that I don't do for anybody else because I love you. I'm sorry, I'm not a perfect friend 100% of the time. I can't be perfect 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to meet perfection. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
So I might say things in the heat of the moment or say something to you, and I may not say it directly. There's sometimes I say things indirectly, and I don't mean it in a bad way. It just, I'm saying what was in my heart at the moment. You took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then you stop talking to me. I'm not chasing behind you.
No.
I see you when I see you. I'll talk to you when you're ready.
Yeah, because you can't control how somebody, you could be saying something nice to somebody and they could still take it wrong. You can't control how somebody takes anything that you say to them. So it's like.
That you say.
It sounds like a you problem. It's like your problem.
It's your problem, not mine. And that's what I do. I back away. And let her go through her emotions. And then I always, in the course of us not speaking, I'll reach out. When I'm thinking about you, I'm just thinking about you. I hope you're good. I'm just thinking about you. I hope, you had a good day or a good week or I miss you, friend. Like, I'm always going to be that person because that's who I am genuinely. I can't fake that. If I love you, I love you. But that doesn't mean because I love you that I have to babysit your emotions. I'm not about to do that.
No, never.
I'm not about to babysit anybody's emotions. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Yeah, because it even causes more stress on you trying to tippy-toe around.
Right, around eggshells. I lived in a relationship like that. I'm not doing that now, and I'm not doing that in my current relationship. It's funny because the person that I'm dating, I go to bed early because I'm not hanging. I try to tell him before I met you, I was in the streets a little bit, going out, having dinner with my girlfriends. We was hanging out at the club, whatever. We was doing a couple things. There's nothing wrong with that. But I wasn't in a relationship. So the other night he comes in and he like, oh, it's 9:30. You in bed already? I'm in the sheets and not in the streets. Which one do you want? What do you want? Do you want me to be in the streets or you want me to be in the sheets? And he was like, he starts laughing because I'm like, yo, I am. I'm trying to behave. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be the person. I have it in me. I've been somebody's wife for 20 years. I know how to be a wife. I know how to cater to you. I know what you need. I know what you want. I know all of this. You asked me to, not be out as much. I'm not going out as much as I was. I don't have no need to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for anything. Not that I was looking for anything then, but it's like all of us were single. We all going out. But that doesn't mean that I won't go have dinner with Tiffany and then come home right after. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to the party spots like I used to. But it's so funny because it's like I'm in the sheets, not the streets. Like I'm like, what the hell?
What takes more energy, being a wife or being a mother? Like,
oh man, I don't know.
Because I imagine they're separate, or do they feel like they're one?
I feel like it's separate. When you're a mom, I feel like there's different emotions that go with being a mother than with being a wife. I feel like with being a wife, like my husband came first before you guys. I always felt like I put him first. Like when he came in the door, took off his uniform, dinner's on the table, I would call, put his plate on the table first, then call you guys to come sit at. We always sat at the table and had dinner together. That's something we did, unless he was out of town. We always had dinner at the same time, basically almost at the same time every night. Yeah. You remember, right? That was important. So that was part of, but I think being a mother is just, it's more of emotional, I think. Being a wife is too, but you're like, being a wife for me, I think it was like, oh man, I don't know how to explain it. Like with you guys, I mean, I guess it's not the same role. Yeah. So I don't want to lump it in as it's two different roles.
And that's what I was imagining. That's what I was asking.
It's two different roles. Which one like with your kids, you're more, what's the word I want to use? Not emotional, but you're more motherly. You know what I'm saying? You're more motherly. You're making sure, they're taking a bath. You're doing homework, that kind of stuff. You're making sure they eat. Your husband, it's a different relationship. When they come home, it's like your partner. You know what I'm saying? So it's two different roles, two different types of emotions that go with being a mother and being a wife. You know what I'm saying? Like now I feel like my motherly duties are completed, but not really, but it's like on a different level now because you guys are grown. It's so much easier, but I think about you guys all the time. Like if I'm cooking, like Sunday I cook, let me take them some food because that's just me. I'm still being motherly, but I'm just not doing it every day. But I still enjoy that because I don't really cook often. So I was like, I'm going to cook a home-cooked meal, and I'm going to take them food.
Yeah, that boosted me. I had woke up at like 7 p.m., and Sim was like, yeah, come get your food. I'm like, what food? He's like,
Mom cooked something.
I'm like, oh, word?
Yeah, it's funny because I was like, he's not going to eat chicken pot pie, but he'll eat the stuffing and the mashed potatoes.
Stuffing is my favorite
Your
food.
favorite, yeah. So I was like, I just felt like cooking on Sunday. I felt like it was raining.
Yeah.
I was like, I want some comfort food. I knew that, my friend was coming in from out of town. I said, let me have some food ready. So I was like, I'm not going to have this food in here for a long time. Let me get rid of it. And I always think about you guys. Even like I made red beans and rice. I was like, let me make sure that Sean gets some food. He going to eat it. If nobody else eat it. Like it's still, you're still motherly, but it's on a different level. Like it's more freedom. You're not constantly having, but still as a mom, your ear, you text me at 2:00 in the morning. My ear is always, I'm a light sleeper, so I can hear everything. And it's just because even when Zaul's out, like in the middle of the night, I'm still texting him. Like if he's not home by 3:00 in the morning, I'm texting him like, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I understand why you used to do that as I got older, because you used to do it when we was kids too.
Yeah, I'm like, are y'all okay?
4 a.m., you up.
What are y'all doing? Where you at? Is everybody in the house? And I do that with him, and the thing that irks me about him is that he doesn't answer.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He never answers me, and it pisses me off because I'm like,
bad. He don't respond to me till like the next day every time too.
I'm like, are you okay? And then I hear him pull up, and I'm like, I guess he's okay because now he's pulling up. Like to me, it's like you guys always responded. Yeah. Saul is just on a different.
Yeah, it's probably because shout out to Zal because he been in another city by himself. I never did that. I never lived in another city just by myself.
That's true. In D.C. And in D.C. Oh my God, I used to text him all kinds of times at night too. If I didn't hear from him in 24 hours, I'm calling all over. Like
So he done figured it out. So he's
Yeah.
good. That's probably why he's like, yo, I didn't survive. Like,
I'm telling you, as your kids get older, you're still concerned.
Yeah.
You're still worried. You're still like, I know you're working
'Cause
at
it's a
night,
crazy world.
overnight. It's a crazy world. It's not you guys. And I try to tell him that it's not that I'm checking on you because I don't trust you. I just don't trust the people in the
Yeah,
world
it's a
that you're
crazy
with
world.
or where you're going. Your friends. Like, I don't know what can happen. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
wrong place, wrong time. you know.
Yeah. And for me, I'm always scared. Zaul's a different type of kid too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He dresses different. He's very fashionable, and people see that and be jealous and say things, and I don't know, those thoughts run through my mind when
Yeah.
he's not here, and I can't sleep till he gets home.
Yeah.
I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he's home. Finally, I can go to sleep
Yeah.
now. He's home. That parents go through that.
Yeah. I
On
think
so
it's a
many
more
levels.
accepting world now, though, than it was even when we were growing up. Just like what society is.
Yeah, like fashion and
Yeah,
all that stuff.
fashion
I
and
think so
stuff
too,
that-
because
yeah.
men are very fashionable now.
Yeah.
I mean, the little shorts when they came out, Gucci Mane was wearing.
Oh,
them,
yeah,
like,
the little- the
little
short shorts,
yeah,
yeah,
the little
yeah,
seersucker shorts or whatever they was. Like Gucci Mane was wearing them, so I
Yeah,
was
the
like,
whole
if Gucci
thigh
can
out.
wear it,
Yeah.
shoot, any man can wear
Uh-huh.
it. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, when Zaul came home from college, and he had all these little shorts. And I was like, what? He said, this is the fashion.
Yeah,
and I was
that's
like,
the
I
style
ain't seen
now,
it.
yeah.
Boy, that summer, I seen
You
it
seen
all.
it? Yeah, Zai was just ahead of the
He was
wave.
ahead of the fashion. But that explains it because it's
usually-
DC.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
DC, New
New
York,
York, yeah.
Philadelphia. Like,
Yeah,
that's
Atlanta
why
gonna
we
get
didn't
it late.
see it.
Yeah, exactly.
We got it a little
The
bit
southern,
late.
Everything south always.
And he was
gets
like,
it
we
late.
were wearing these last summer. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I seen Gucci with a pair on. I was like, them Zaddy shorts. That's what
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
calling them.
She
So I
called
was
them Zaddy
oh
shorts.
my God. So, I mean, it's a difference. Like you said,
It's a
different
different
era
time where
people.
everything-
You have to be comfortable. One thing I can say about him is that he is comfortable in his own skin.
And that goes a long way.
Very confident and comfortable in his own skin. He does not care how you look at him,
Period.
what you think. Those are your thoughts and your feelings, and you can think whatever the hell you want to, but this is how I dress.
Exactly.
And this is me. And I'm not going to change who I am. And for that, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Because he has truly grown up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before he did care what people think. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I
he does
think-
not care. It's funny because they did he had a photo shoot not too long ago. And in that photo shoot, some of his peers from Howard was like, oh my God, that's Zaul in that photo shoot. They
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh my God. And they kept tagging him. This thing went like 50,000,
Oh, word?
60,000. Yeah. Because the girl that was the designer,
Mm-hmm.
she's very popular online. So he was like, people were hitting him up like, oh my God, that's Zaul. And they were like, because Zaul said, they don't even know what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
I've been modeling for years. Like, they don't
Exactly.
even know. Like, he's always been, I think it took him. I'm glad he went away to college and really got to find himself. Because I think that when you're living close to your parents, you behave according to how your parents expect you to behave. And you got to find
That's
yourself.
why he want his own place. That's why he loved being. He's like, yo, I
Yeah,
gotta
he-
hurry up and get back to my own
Yeah,
stuff.
he doesn't want to be here with me. I know I probably get on his nerves because I'm OCD and always cleaning and pick this up and pick that up. But,
He's like,
he
yo.
moves to his own tune.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell him nothing. But I'm glad because, a lot of times people are stuck because they don't know how people are going to accept them.
Yeah,
and
it's like,
some people just don't give a damn.
Yeah, I really never cared either. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you didn't follow the path
Blueprint,
that
yeah.
the blueprint that other people wanted you to have. You always followed your own, and you should, because at the end of the day, you got to wake up and do what you love. You got to wake up and say, I'm happy.
Yeah, I think when you realize that people truly don't care about you, then you're like, why would I even care what they think if I know they don't care? They're worried about themselves and
It's
stuff.
so funny because I got pregnant with you. I was 17, about to graduate high school, got pregnant, and my mom said to me when she found out I was pregnant, she said, I don't care what people say. They don't pay my bills.
Yeah.
It's my daughter.
Uh-huh.
Just because you got pregnant doesn't mean you can't be successful in life. And that's what always stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter what mistakes you make in life, doesn't mean you can't, it's going to keep you from being successful. I was still able to go to college. I got married. I put college off, but I still went to college. I still graduated. I feel like I'm successful. I'm
Yeah.
very successful in the fact that you know, I raised my kids and you guys turned out amazing. If I didn't do anything else right, I know I've done that part right in being a young mother. Because I could have been out there strung out on drugs.
Yeah.
It was the crack era. Like, at the end of the day, I could have been out there partying and not caring about. But because I was married so early on, and not meaning that wasn't, I mean, that couldn't have still, you know, been negative. Being married to your father was positive because it made me grow up very quickly, and I was a wife and a mother so young, and that was the most important job for me. I didn't have another job. That was my job, and I took pride in what being a mother and being a wife was. You know what I'm saying? He could never come home and say, my house is dirty, get up and clean the house, because you know you're going to come through that door, house is going to be clean. There ain't gonna be no dishes in the sink, food on the table, kids are gonna be clean, beds are gonna be made. You know what I'm saying? You can never come in and say, I wasn't a good wife to you, because I was a great wife to you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I took pride in being your wife and being my children's mother. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't, and like I said, if I didn't do anything other than raise you guys, and even with his help, because he was there to a certain extent, him being there, I think you guys, you know, have a lot of discipline. You guys are very well disciplined. And I think that has to do with him being there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit y'all could have been doing, running around, if it had just been me. You know, but when I left, I mean, you guys were already, what, 17, 18, 19? You and Sean and Zaul. Zaul turned out pretty good, you know, be a pretty good kid himself. Yeah. You know? And because I wasn't authoritative, I wasn't a dictator, like I tried to talk to you guys like my parents.
Yeah, both of y'all softened up though, because like Zod didn't get half the.
Oh no, but that's because we were young.
Yeah, because exactly.
We were young. I think I had a lot of patience.
Y'all calm down as y'all get older.
Yeah, I think we do calm down, but I think I had a lot of patience as a young mom too. Yeah. You guys were just good kids. Like I never had to fight you to take a nap. Like I would be like, go take a nap, and y'all would go to. It's 2:00. Go take a nap. Like.
No, I'm just thinking about that. I know when you were stressed, when you were trying to do it on your own, when y'all weren't together. Yeah. You know, as y'all were splitting up and then trying to do it, come back together, seeing how stressed you were working 2 jobs and going to school by yourself is when I would see you stressed.
Oh yeah, that was stressful. Yeah. I mean, I love Corey. Like if it wasn't for Corey. Yeah. I don't know if I would have made it. You know what I'm saying? Because Corey was my backbone. Yeah, I didn't have any family like in Baltimore. She was my family. And Linda, I can say Linda, Miss Linda. Like those were my 2 people that I had in my life. But and Terry, oh my God, I can't forget Terry, because Miss Teresa was, you know, she's like my sister. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't see her no other way. If I didn't have them, especially Cordalis, like I wouldn't have made it. She was my backbone back then. Like I had nobody. I had no family to help me. And I was like, I'm going to do this regardless. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how 2 years ahead of time I had to apply for this program, and you think I'm a fuck off this program? Oh no, I'm going to graduate.
Figure this out.
And I did. Didn't I figure it out?
Yeah, for sure.
I worked overnight. I went straight from working overnight, coming home at 8, getting y'all on the bus, being in class by 10, being done by 3, being home cooking dinner, doing homework, going back to bed
that sounds
for 3 hours, and then going back to work and repeat it all over again.
A bunch of coffee.
A bunch of coffee, and I'm going to just tell you, I met amazing people. Yeah. I had amazing support. And people used to always be like, dang, if Delcey did it, I can do it.
And it's a lot of my friends that like, because just to even see you start over at 30, I always be like, yo, it's possible.
Oh, definitely.
Because I got homegirls who are like, even just recently, I ain't going to say her name, but her, they're not married, but her and her partner splitting up, and she's like my age, so it's like 33, 34, and I'm like, yo, it's not too late. Like, even, because she been a stay-at-home mom this whole time, too. I'm like, yo, it's not too late. Baby, I seen my mother start over at the same age you're at.
It is
it's
not.
It's going to be some
and
work.
Guess what? And I'm fine.
Yeah.
Tell her, come talk to me. I'll encourage her. Because at the end of the day, don't stay in nothing that's not benefiting you. Mm-hmm. And if you have kids and if it's not benefiting, it's hard. When the kids see you fighting and the mom crying and, you know, all the emotions, that takes a toll on your kids. That stresses you out. And it makes your kids, the thing that I hate the most in you guys seeing that relationship unravel is that you take sides. And I hated that for you guys because I never want you to take your side between myself and your dad. Your dad was not a bad person. It's just that some people don't know how to communicate. They love but with the control factor to it, you know what I'm saying? Always trying to control, and you can't control everything. When it's over, it's over. And there's no way of controlling the person wanting to leave the relationship. You know what I'm saying? But I hated it for you guys to see that unravel.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't nice at the end. I mean,
No,
I got locked up and went to jail.
Hey.
Like, I hate to even say that on I mean, but it's true. It's my truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of relationships, people get into arguments.
Yeah.
They get into fights. Police is called. Like, you go to jail.
Yeah.
Like, I could have lost my license. I could have, you know what I'm saying? Anything could have happened to me. You know what I'm saying? That could have caused me to never work as a therapist in the state of Maryland, in any state, period. Like, that was a really trying time. And that, for me, solidified, like, this is over. You know what I'm saying? And I think really right after that, I moved out. But we were sleeping in separate rooms anyway.
Yeah.
But I think after that, it really solidified for me that, you know, the relationship is over. And as much as one person fights to keep it or try to make it work, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You both have to.
It's a team effort.
It's a team effort. And there was no more team. There's no more of a team effort anymore. So it's really hard. But like I said, I hate it for you guys to see that because it's so hard for kids to see their parents split up. And some kids go through anxiety, you know, depression because their parents split up and there's no longer, you know, the same with your cousin. You guys were older. You see the same, you know, relationship day in and day out. It's been the same for the last 20 years. And all of a sudden you come home and one person is no longer there, you know, and financially that's a burden. I mean, for me, I was working 2 jobs. Like, oh, I'm going to go work this job on the weekend. Cause for me, I was accustomed to living a certain lifestyle. So I was like, oh, I got to be able to still floss like I want to floss. That mean another job got to be had. Like you know what I'm saying? You can't. I'm driving a BMW. I'm trying to live, you know, maintain I'm trying to live like the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? But it's like at that point, you got to know, you really got to know, you know, you learn a lot about yourself in that whole process of separating from somebody. And I haven't been married since then, but I still have a desire to be married. Like I want to be with someone. I want to have a partner. I don't like the dating thing. Like you're dating somebody for 6 months and you're trying to learn them. And then in the process, you know, it might not work out. So then you're on to the next person and you're dating that person. Like when I find somebody that I like, I'm riding with you. You know what I'm saying? I want to be with you. Like, I don't want to be out here dating a couple other people. Like, I don't want to do that. It's just it takes too much effort.
It does.
You know, and I always say, you know, if I meet somebody, if I'm dating somebody or if I'm talking to somebody and I meet somebody that I think is worthy of giving them 100%, I will let the person know that I'm talking to, like, hey, I met this person and I think they're consistent. They're worth 100% of my time. So I'm just going to let you go about your business. And I'm just going to stick it out over here and see if it works out. Because I don't feel like you can be in a relationship with somebody and give somebody 50, 80, 20. Like you can't. You got to be able to give somebody 100% that you're in. You know what I'm saying? You got to give them 100% that you're in. If not, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't.
I understand, yeah.
It's like you're trying to get to know 2 people. You're taking away from getting to know somebody wholeheartedly, 100%. You're trying to juggle 2 people. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I just don't have it in me to even. I ain't that player no more. I might have been back in the day.
All you got to do is copy and paste message.
And then have a response. Is this for me?
Yeah.
You know, you ever had somebody do that?
Yeah.
Is this for me? I'm gonna tell you, I'm messy like that. Sometimes I'll be texting with somebody. I've texted my man something stupid before and been like, oh, I meant to send that to Davion. And he'd be like, what? What's large or what? And I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that wasn't for you. Delete, you know, that kind of thing. But it's like, I've done it. It takes too much time and energy to keep up a lie.
Yeah.
I'm not about to do that. You know what I'm saying? I think if you meet somebody, if they're worth it, give it a chance to work. I always say, give yourself an ultimatum in your mind, a deadline in your head. Like, okay, I've been with this person a year. If after the next 6 months it doesn't work, then I'm cool. I can move on. Because I'm not going to waste my time either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to be prepared for anything. And right now, we're coming towards the end of the year. This is when people make New Year's resolutions. People, this is the time to really sit down and rate your mate.
Rate your mate.
Rate your mate on a pros and cons list. And if there's more cons than pros, get rid of that person and move on.
That mofo.
Get rid of that mofo.
Yeah.
Move on. Get rid of them. Move on and find somebody that is worthy of your love and your time. Because time is something that you can't get back. You can't get the seconds back. You can't get the minutes back. You can't get the hours, the days, the months, the years. You can't get that back. You know what I'm saying? And you're wasting your time. I think that we hold on to stuff for so long. Sometimes I say I'm in shit too long.
Yeah.
I stay in shit too long.
No.
For what?
As soon as I don't like something,
you're like, I'm out of there.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, you can't stay in shit too long. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to say, at this point, like I said, New Year's is coming up. Make that New Year's resolution to yourself to make sure that if it's not working, make sure that you move on, y'all. That's just my 2 cents at Titi's House Podcast. That's it. I'm wrapping it up on that. Getting close to how many days till New Year's?
New Year's is it's about 2 weeks. Let's see. Today's the 13th. So it's about like 18 days.
18 days to the new year. Y'all, get yourselves together.
Rate your mate.
Rate your mate. It's important. Pros and cons. If there's more cons than pros, let them go. Stop waiting for the red flags. Stop bypassing the red flags, walking by them like they don't exist. They're there. You're just not paying attention, right?
Exactly.
So definitely make sure that you're rating your mate before the 17 days before New Year's.
Before the New Year.
The New Year. All right, y'all. We're out at TT's House Podcast.